In my opinion, school is really as hard as you make it. As you get older, they're not going to be on you about turning in work. Only way you're going to get through school is if you pretend that you like it. So hi guys, it's marianakebaso. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to become that student, romanticize school, and become a straight A student in 2021. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing is to find your role model. So this can be a TV show character, a movie character, or even a person in real life, like a mentor, a family member, another student who you think is just what you want to be like. The next tip is to just act like them.
Why do you act like that?
Like what?
The way that you act.
Imitate them. This will help you really become the character and not just pretend to be the character. Fine line between pretending to be something and then actually being that something. So for instance, one of my favorite TV show role models is Christina Yang. I love her work ethic. I love how she prioritizes herself and her goals above any other thing in her life, and that's something that I've been really striving on and working towards, is just really putting my goals forefront, focused, because I do tend to get caught up in other people and trying to help other people as much as I can. Number 3 is to do your work or homework during class. Okay, this is a tip. I think I've said this in every study school tip video, but I will keep saying it until it gets through your thick skull.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
Because you need to know this. During your work, in class, or immediately after it is assigned, / you know of it, will help you to knock out due dates in advance.
Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
And just give you more free time to do other things in other classes. This is the tip that basically got me through all of middle school and is getting me through high school right now. The next tip is to be active in school, okay? You need to join the clubs, the sports, things that interest you, anything that you find interesting.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
In your school, do it. Please do it. High school, middle school, college go by so fast, and if you don't really take time to enjoy the little things and just fun stuff instead of just all school, it's not gonna be easy to romanticize school if you quite literally hate it, okay? And it also gives you something to do after school, so you won't just go directly home. You get more time to be in school, to make friends.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
If you have a hard time making friends, joining clubs and sports is a great way to make good friends, especially if you have trouble making friends in your classes. A club or a sport brings you together into common interests, and then you can hopefully make friends off of that. The next tip that I have is to not be afraid to ask for help.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help!
Or seek out help on your own. In my opinion, school is really as hard as you make it. If you find yourself struggling with something, there's no need to continue struggling with it. You need to go for help, go to your teacher, read the notes, reread the passage, reread the instructions, go to YouTube, figure out other people who have done this, because I promise you there's someone on YouTube or there's someone on the internet who has done what you are doing right now before. And take their tips, take their tricks, use their instructions and their help videos and their how-to videos, and teach yourself the subject, okay? Sometimes you will have really bad teachers, and sometimes you'll have really bad classes in which you will have to teach yourself the concepts and the materials in order for you to pass the class, because if you want to be a straight A student, you obviously got to pass the class. But in order to do that, you have to be the one who is putting in the effort, because your teachers, as you get older, they're not going to be on you about turning in work, about doing the readings, about coming to class. They're going to get less and less strict on you, and it has to become more and more self-pushed. You really have to have that perseverance within yourself to want to do the assignments and to want to do the class. And if you don't know how to do something, ask for help. Help is literally everywhere, especially thanks to the internet. There is literally no excuse, because almost everybody has internet at home. If you don't have internet at home, you have a library near you. If you don't have a library near you, you go to school, because you're watching this video, and schools offer free Wi-Fi. So you can go to your school and sit down and do all of the work that you need need to do. Stay after school if you need to. Stay after school at a library if you need to get your work done and get the help that you need. If you need help, ask for it. While I'm a good student, I'm not a good student because I am natural or I am smart. Those things I don't feel like really anyone is. I feel like there are students who put in the work and want the A, and then there's students who don't. So you gotta decide what type of student you want to be, and that's about it. And the next tip is to set the mood for while you're studying. Obviously, we want to romanticize school and make our brains kind of fall in love with the idea of studying 24/7. Not actually 24/7, don't take that seriously. So it's important to set the mood, okay? Make your space aesthetic. Make it pleasing to the eye, okay? You want to light a candle, okay? Have your drink of choice, tea, coffee, water, juice. Make sure you have all of your aesthetic stationery laid out. And put on some music or some white noise if it helps you focus. Personally, it doesn't help me focus, but it does help some people focus. You don't need like a super aesthetic space to romanticize school. You just need the bare minimum, and you gotta do whatever you need to do to trick yourself into thinking that what you're doing is fun and enjoyable, because that's the only way you're gonna get through school. If you think that like by some miracle that school is all of a sudden gonna become easier, or you're all of a sudden gonna like it one time, or you're all of a sudden gonna get an A on a quiz that you didn't study for, like it's not gonna happen. And so you gotta do what you need to do to make it happen. And that's why I have the tip. For me personally, setting the mood while I'm studying makes me more motivated to sit and continue studying for as long as I need to. While if I was sitting in a messy space, it doesn't really make me that motivated to continue doing my work because I'm distracted by all of this stuff around me. And also for this tip, to set the mood, you don't necessarily have to have a bunch of aesthetic stuff. I think personally all you really need is a clean space and all of the things that you need to do the work with you. So for instance, if you are typing an essay, you obviously need a computer, so go and get that if it's not already at your study space. And this tip is to take pretty notes or retake your notes if that is going to help you romanticize school. This tip is completely optional because I know for some people this will just be a waste of time, but if you know that having pretty notes or retaking your notes makes you more inclined to study them later, then do it, okay? I know this. I like looking at my pretty notes. It makes me like just more attracted to want to look at my notes. Now, again, like I said, it's optional. You don't have to do this, but if you think that this will help you, or at least try it out, don't knock it till you try it, okay? Like try it out and see if it's more of a waste of time or if it is actually beneficial into you romanticizing school and becoming a better student. And the next tip, like I said, some people like to change up their study locations. You should try changing up your study locations, okay? You don't just have to study at your desk or in your bed if you always study there. You can change it up, try the library, Starbucks, a local coffee shop, the park, even your living room or dining room. Great places to study so long as you take all of your stuff with you and you won't get distracted. I personally cannot really study anywhere else other than like the library because everywhere else I'm getting distracted. And I know myself. I'm easily I know myself. So if you know, just know what environments you would do best in and go off of that. If you don't know you, then you can experiment with these different environments and see which one you work best in. If it's kind of the same for all of them, then just pick the environment that you like the best. And the second to last tip that I have is to use Google Calendar, okay? Or another type of calendar or planner, but specifically please use a planning system. It helps you keep focused, it helps you keep on track, and it just gets stuff out of your brain and onto something, and it really helps me clear my brain because I'm not super stressed oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh, am I supposed to be in class right now? Oh, was there homework due today? Oh, this, oh, that. No, I don't have to think about all of that because it's all in my planner. So if I'm confused about something, I'll just look on my Google Calendar and I'll say, oh, I don't have math homework due until next week. And then that is a weight lifted off of my mind and I'm not stressing about it anymore, okay? Please use a planning system. Everybody says this, but it's so important. You cannot be a straight A student, you can't romanticize back to school, and you can't become that student if you don't have some sort of planning system, because we all forget. I'm very forgetful, so Google Calendar is a godsend, but we're all forgetful. We're human. You forget a homework was due. You forgot that you had a quiz. If you had a calendar, you wouldn't forget because you would just look on your calendar and know what is coming up next. And the last tip, and the most important tip, so please listen up, listen up, listen up. Even if you don't like school or the class that you're in or your teacher, whatever, I don't care. You like them now. So start acting like it, okay? Literally just use all of my tips. I said it previously, and start acting like you love the class, because that is, like I said earlier, the only way you're going to get through school is if you pretend that you like it. And that's why I think it's important to major in something that you're really interested in college, because it'll make college more interesting because you actually like what you're learning, so it's easier to learn it. But if you're not in college and you're in high school like me, or you're in middle school like I once was, you gotta pretend that you're interested in English, okay? You gotta pretend that you want to know how to do this equation, because if you don't, it's not gonna work. Like, you're just gonna not do it, okay? Like, it's not gonna happen. So pretend that you like it. You like it now. You love school. I love school. We all love school, okay? We're speaking this into existence because that's the only way we're gonna pass, become that student, and romanticize school. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you leave a like and comment down below. We're on a road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm literally in shock, y'all. We hit 900 the other day, and I'm like still kind of processing it because like so much has happened, but like, oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and continue liking and supporting me, please. And I will see you guys in next week's video.